How can human cognition and decision making evolve to outpace cyber threats and drive resilient program management strategies for 2025 and beyond? How can we be more prepared?
How we can be more prepared? First of all, everybody's going through a transition on whether or not they should use AI, right, in their companies. And I say yes, but with caution. And it doesn't have to be at a large scale. It could be start at a small scale. You could sandbox it if you know how to do that. You know, you can contain it in some way for your organization. Use it, which a lot of organizations are doing that, right? They contain it within their infrastructure so that they can control what you can and can't do, which I think is a good idea because that's helping people build confidence in that type of product and service that it delivers, right? So it's, I would say to proceed, but with caution, you know, when using AI.
Yeah, a lot of questions. You may be exciting. I mean, of course, you have to do due diligence and get somebody who understands the security, who understands the vulnerability in your organization, some architect or somebody, to see how the compatibility and everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The last thing you want, you implemented something new and something else gone down because of that.
Right. You don't want to be in the, you don't want to be in the news. Let's put it.
Yeah, no, especially the large organizations. This is becoming more and more, you know, threat. And I talk to many organizations. They come with Dharam, like this, you know, ransom and many other things also happening. They somehow enter into your system and they have control of your system. Yeah.
So the worst thing that can happen, okay, and I don't share this all the time, but your worst enemy is the people who work for you in the organization, right? So whoever working with you has certain intelligence on information, product, and services that you deliver, and that person can take that information outside of the company if you're not conducting proper checks and balances on people, right? And making sure that they can't take information. Right? And I saw a lot of this going on at Raytheon, right? They were very good at making sure people didn't take stuff outside of the organization. Because once they do, right, what can happen? You're in big trouble because they just have a lot of your information. It hasn't been sanitized, and they're using it with AI and competitors, and you know you're in big trouble then, right? Because you're going to end up losing money because of that, right? You're not going to get return on investment because your intelligent, your proprietary information to whatever those products and services that you are trying to sell and deliver to your client has just left the organization, someone's hands who can do a lot of damage, right? So that's another problem that we have that people need to make sure, you know, not everybody in the organization's honest. You know, you're going to run into very nefarious people at work, at the workplace, and you don't know who they are. They could be very nice, you know, different types of personality behavior, and you wouldn't know, right? But it's not a part of whether they're nice or not. It's a part of doing your due diligence and making sure that they don't leave the, you know, the building, or it doesn't leave the organization's internet connection once they, you know, go home or stop working remotely, right? And that's an issue. That's an issue, you know, with anything, right?
Yeah, they have their password, and I mean, of course, most organizations do the due diligence, they disconnect everything, they block the users and everything, but they may have a way to get into.
They may have a way to, manipulate the situation and putting it somewhere where it can't be seen or people are not looking for it, right? So it's a problem.
All All right, so I think as a program managers, at least we can highlight that, or if you are
Yeah.
working in some specific roles, if you have a control there, make sure all the due diligence are taken care when somebody is leaving, right?